But this is a dress rehearsal,
yeah,
I suppose.
I think he has experimented with use just a little bit, but I think the whole purpose of that maybe give one or two players a wee rest towards the end of the season, you know. So I think this is him going back to his most positive and best side.
And after losing to Dunfermline a couple of weeks ago, then I'm quite certain that what Martin O'Neill wants today is a good performance and a good win, Tom.
Yeah, it gives you a boost before going into the cup final. I totally agree with Billy. I think that'll be your cup final side next week, barring injuries or suspension. Touch wood, hopefully nobody gets sent off today. But certainly that will be the case. That will be their team for next week. And the Martin O'Neill's been in a fortunate position with the league being sewn up, so many games to spare, that if any of them do miss out, then he's got these lads that have had first team experience and have gained a couple of games to pull on if ever needs the occasion arises.
And Dundee United have really blossomed in the latter part of the season. They beat Rangers in February. They've only lost a couple of games since then, Billy. Strong set-up now.
Yeah, that's right. The second half of the season has been positive for them, and they got themselves into the top six, which was very important to them. You know, there's a couple of players missing, but you know, it's a reasonable looking side, and you know, they won't make it easy for Celtic at all. And Tom, they've certainly shown that they're willing to go forward, Dundee United, but they've been defending well as well. I mean, they look as if they're a credible top six team now. Yeah,
it's took a while for Ian McCall to sort of work his magic as a manager in there. You know, as you say, the start of the season was quite poor. But
they got off to a very bad start, didn't they?
Yes, and there was a lot of questions asked about him at that time. But as Billy will tell you, it takes a little bit of time to work a team to try and build your side and work it around. And he's certainly done that. And as you say, the defence is, well, being a defender, I love to see clean sheets and stuff, and that's where you can start from. And that's the way he's been building it just now.
So will United see Celtic as vulnerable in any way today? Perhaps Celtic holding back before the cup final? Nobody wants a bad knock before it, do they?
No, I wouldn't. I don't think that will come in, because I think if you go out with that attitude, that's when you will get a knock. I think Celtic players will be out there to have good positive display. You know, it's also a lovely opportunity for the Dundee United players to go and impress on their fans that they are going to do well next season and things are going to work for them. You know, they've everything to gain in this game and nothing really to lose.
And how do you see it going, Tom? What's your prediction?
It depends on how Celtic treat it. You know, as you say, if they go out with the attitude that you know, everybody's playing for a cup final place, then I'm sure that they'll go out here and win well. But it may not happen that way.
Martin O'Neill, will he regard it as a disappointing season if he wins the league but not the cup, or is that success?
No, the main thing is obviously the league. That's fine. But now they're in the cup final, they want to win it, and it will be a disappointment. Obviously, that will be the last game, well, with the exception of Henrik's benefit game. That will be the last competitive match that they'll have, and you want to win that one. It's set shot for the summer, set shot for the next year. The league is the main aim, but the cup's special to Celtic,
okay.
I think. We
started the season in a blaze of heat. It's a warm, sunny afternoon, so let's now cross to Celtic Park, where we can join Sandy Clark and Rob McLean.
Nice team want to ruin Henrik's day. There might now not be a dry eye in the house this afternoon. And you'd be daft to read too much into Celtic's end of season form. They've won only one of their last 5 games. The champions have lost to Aberdeen and Dunfermline and drawn with Hearts and Motherwell. But they showed last Saturday they can lift it when they have to. Rangers were overrun by Celtic in the second half last Saturday, as Martin O'Neill's team made it 6 successive Old Firm victories. Dundee United are in the building, and Charlie Miller will lead them out as he prepares for the next phase of his career. Ian McCall has given it absolutely everything to try to hold on to the hugely influential Miller and Paul Gallagher as well, but he's pretty much given up all hope now, and they will pursue their careers elsewhere, and they will take some replacing. Now wait for this. Never again will he play in a competitive match at Celtic Park, and how he has shone over the last 7 years. And what a role model he's been for youngsters in Scotland at a time when we've been struggling to attract youngsters to play the game because of all the other distractions and diversions. It's been a certain Swede who has done more than most to sell this Scottish game.
It really is the modern professional. Rob is an incredible player. He's been marvellous for Celtic. And Celtic, you've got to say, have been marvellous for him as well. It's always been a marriage made in heaven, and I'm sure they'll enjoy today. But United, they'll be up to make sure that he doesn't do too well, and for their own reasons they'll want to perform well. And it's a perfect day for football. The pitch is magnificent, beautiful sunshine day.
It's not just Henrik who's leaving, though. It seems as if Paul Gallagher is heading south, possibly to an English First Division club. There is, I hear, an English Premiership club interested as well in signing him in the summer. He's been very strong in goals for United this season, after being dropped, of course, right at the start by Ian McCall. John Underhill's not leaving. It's his 40th senior game of the season. And for Martin O'Neill and Celtic, it's a 60th game of the season. And of course, number 61 will be the Tennent Scottish Cup final. It's been billed as the Henrik farewell. Will Dundee United have other ideas? The Tannadice team picked up only 1 point in their first 5 games of the season. It was a miserable start, but it was a tough start against the Glasgow pair and the Edinburgh double act. But how they have progressed, how they've developed over the course of the season, and Henrik Larsson, who's on the ball there, maybe exemplifies how far they've come in such a short time, and hoping they can finish top 5 this season. The manager having set a top 6 target. But they're finishing the season strongly, Dundee United, and Ian McCall's team have lost only 2 of their last 12 matches. That came off the head of Archibald. McCracken's clearance. There's Easton. Lennon to Agat. It's a sweltering Sunday in the East End of Glasgow. David Marshall there must be pretty sure he's playing in the Tennent Scottish Cup final. No Rob Douglas on the bench here today as a shadow hanging over him. And not much doubt that 19-year-old David Marshall, having sampled the Old Firm fixture for the first time this season and UEFA Cup football as well, will now play in the showpiece occasion which ends the football season. Chick, news of that?
Yeah, Rob Douglas actually is doubtful leaving for the bench next Saturday for the Tennent Scottish Cup final. Young McGovern is likely to be the bench. I was speaking to Martin O'Neill just before kick-off, and he tells me less than 50-50 that Rob Douglas will be included in the Celtic bench. So it's going to be Marshall and McGovern for Celtic, but he's given them a chance. Didn't want him to play today in this match to give him any chance at all to be in the bench. There's Rob Douglas looking on today, and that's got a very, very slim hope now to be involved at Hampden.
Kerr and Mark Wilson clears. Stan Varga's header. Barry Robson flicks it on. Jason Scotland stopped by Stan Varga. Kerr, Robson, good challenge from Agat. Dundee United wearing black armbands today. Neil Glenn has died, a pillar of the United Supporters Trust. His sudden death has sparked great sadness on Tayside, and as a mark of respect, the United players wearing those black armbands this afternoon. Varga's clearance sliced out of play.
think Ian McCall will be fairly happy with the way the game started. His team have passed the ball well. I'm sure they'll be trying to get Barry Robson down this left-hand side on the ball as much as possible. He's very, very quick, and that'll be an interesting battle between Robson and Agat.
Good work immediately from Charlie Miller. On the form, Jason Scotland. And not for the first time in the match, stopped by Didier Agat. Neil Lennon, Henrik Larsson. Sutton can't keep it. Good challenge from Easton. Charlie Miller fortunate to keep possession. Balde had to play it. Bobo Balde hoping to agree a new 4-year extension shortly to his Celtic contract. He's been good value, no transfer fee. Same goes for Stern Varga alongside him. In fact, it's a pretty cheap Celtic back four when you think about it. Didier got £50,000, and Jackie McNamara didn't cost an awful lot from Dunfermline all those years ago. A couple of 100,000. Miller's throw. Balde there for the header. Petrov to Thompson. Celtic just warming up. There's Petrov. Comfortable opening to the game for Dundee United.
I think Rob, today, if United are going to do well, they've got to get the right supply to the strikers, Colin Samuel and Jason Scotland. If they play high balls up through the middle, Bobo Balde and Stan Varga, they'll pick them off all day. They've got to have decent balls into feet and in the channels in behind so they can use their pace.
Scotland won't play against Scotland, I hear. Jason Scotland of United not in the Trinidad and Tobago squad for the end of season international. He's been on top form, so maybe just as well from a Scotland point of view that he won't take part in that match.
I'm a little bit surprised at that, Rob, because Scotland is, you know, he's been explosive recently. He's come off the bench once or twice for Ian McCall and scored goals, performed very well. And recently, around about the edge of the box, he makes great runs across the face and then in. If he gets the right supply, then he's dangerous, and Charlie Miller as a player to give that ammunition to him.
Balde's clearing header. Mark Kerr is first there. Good challenge from Neil Lennon. Well, it looked like a good challenge to me, but John Underhill didn't fancy it.
Well, I took John Underhill a while to give this award. You can see there is contact made, but it looked as if Neil Lennon got the ball as well, so I think the Celtic midfield player just a little bit unfortunate to see that decision going against them.
Wilson's free kick. No marking at the back post. Chance for United to create through Scotland. They have a corner. Hearts have scored at Motherwell. Dennis Wyness on the mark. Motherwell 0, Hearts 1.
Hey, come on.
It's good news for United as they try to hold on to 5th spot. Robson's corner, spilled by David Marshall. What a save by Didier Agat. And Charlie Miller's effort is deflected wide. But what a bit of defending this was after Marshall's howler.
There's no real pressure on the goalkeeper. In fact, there's no pressure on him. It just simply makes a hash of it. But Didier Agat does really well, just throwing his body into an area to block the shot on the line. Otherwise, Celtic would have found themselves behind.
Tremendous defending from Didier Agat. And Barry Robson's effort headed behind by Petrov, so it's 3 corners in quick succession for United.
Great delivery from Robson.
Five inside the 6-yard box for Robson to aim at, and he's getting plenty of practice at the moment, because here comes corner number 4.
He's good at it, Rob. United spend a lot of time in set pieces. Barry Robson takes anything down the right hand side, left foot, and you'll find Mark Wilson takes him on the opposite side, right foot, and it's good power on the ball as it comes into the box, hard to defend against.
Archibald and Scotland and McCracken and Innes and Samuel all in there. And anyone fancy another corner?
Plenty of practice.
And it was Colin Samuel's effort which was cleared off the line by Didier Agat. He thought that was a scorer from close range, and he couldn't believe it that Agat managed to block the shot.
I bet he couldn't believe he got the chance. Wasn't expecting it from Marshall.
Barry Robson's corner, safe hands this time from goalkeeper Marshall.
That'll help the goalkeeper's confidence after making a hash of the first one.
Yeah, it was good play all round, wasn't it? Because Colin Samuel reacted very quickly when the ball went through the fingers of David Marshall. He got his effort very much on target, and from that sort of range he must have been convinced that was in, but it was a miraculous stop by Agat. Colin Samuel, who was scoring for fun last season with Falkirk, 16 he ended the season with, struggling for form and for goals at United, just 2 so far, but so close there to 3. Mark Kerr, a developing talent, and the same goes for teenager Mark Wilson. Lovely ball in, and Barry Robson and Colin Samuel were both drifting in behind the Celtic defence.
I tell you, Rob, it's a half chance. This is a great ball in. Mark Wilson's such a talented player down that right-hand side for United, and Robson, Samuel, the ball just falling between both of them. But the warning signs are real for Celtic early on. United have started a better team.
Sutton's flick, then Larsson. No great pressure on Alan Archibald. Lennon. Archibald again, now Miller. No shortage of composure about Charlie Miller. But Chris Innes is short with the back pass to Paul Gallagher, and he had to hurry as Stephen Pearson was bearing down on him.
That was careless from Innes. You seen him there apologising to Paul Gallagher. The pass back was short, putting the goalkeeper under unnecessary pressure.
Free kick given against Innes for an awkward challenge. It wasn't much more than that against Sutton.
It's just such a silly free kick to give away. Celtic are so dangerous from this type of situation. It'll be a good delivery from Alan Thompson. The big guys are up from the back. Ian McCall will not be happy if they take advantage.
In from Thompson. And Henrik Larsson denied his moment by Paul Gallagher.
This is tremendous play, both from Larsson. It's a marvellous header, gets up, gets on target with power, and what about that for a save from Paul Gallagher? Low down to his right hand side. That's not an easy one, but gets a full hand to it.
Petrov's corner, and an easy take this time for Paul Gallagher. And as we were saying of Derek Stilley recently, if he's looking to make up a showreel tape to show to a future employer, then I think that save might be on it. It was a stunning one-handed stop. And I think, according to the script, that one went in.
Certainly yet.
Quick feet from Thompson. Offside. Well, and he's flagged offside by Graham Allison, the assistant on this near side. He's retiring, and maybe after that just as well.
No, I think he's okay, but this is the earlier one. Watch the leap from Larsson. It's a standing jump, but what about the height he gets up? There's real power on the header, equalled by the save from Gallagher.
I know it was the right decision, Sandy, but I just wondered about the bravery of giving it.
Yeah.
Wilson. Oh no, I didn't think that was getting to him. McNamara clears. Poor one though, tired. Charlie Miller running the show in these early stages. He's been very influential. Scotland, Samuel. And Celtic get it clear.
You can see what United are trying to do. They're trying to play through the midfield area. Charlie Miller heavily involved, and he's trying to pull those little passes up to the strikers.
Thompson to Larsson, and couldn't quite get the touch he was after. 13 minutes gone, Celtic 0, Dundee United 0. It's only goalless because of a spectacular save by Paul Gallagher. And that amazing goal line clearance, of course, from Didier Agat, which stopped Colin Samuel. in the scoring for United. Archibald gets the better of Sutton. Alvin's challenge against Scotland. It's good to see Scotland scoring goals. 3 in his last 4. Charlie Miller's clever reverse pass to Craig Easton. That's off Neil Lennon, and behind, and United have another corner, and that makes it 6 already.
That's good play from Charlie Miller. He's so comfortable on the ball, doesn't panic. If United are under pressure at all, just give the ball to Miller, he'll make something happen.
Alan Archibald and Chris Innes both forward, looking to put more pressure on David Marshall. Mark Wilson with it. Headed back in by Innes. And it's out for a throw.
That's a good corner kick from United. From the training ground, Mark Wilson looking for Chris Innes, sorry, at the back post. Jackie McNamara picking him up, and Innes won the header.
Charlie Miller's throw, and asking no questions of Celtic this time. But he's been in hot form, and I do hear a whisper that Charlie Miller might be off to Spain in the summer. There is interest in the Primera Liga and taking on his services. There's interest, of course, in England as well. He played down south with Watford previously, and he's a much admired player, Charlie Miller, and he's been in tremendous form since Christmas. Dundee United with 60% of the possession in the first quarter of an hour. And it's not too often that happens to the visitors at Celtic Park. Mark Kerr. Stan Varga leaping for the header. Malde clears. The Football Writers Player of the Year, Jackie McNamara. To the Players Player of the Year, Chris Sutton. I wonder who will be our top player of the afternoon. 09011 110861 for your thoughts. 25 pence for the call. Signed Man of the Match top, Bank of Scotland Family Match Day. And a handheld TV are the prizes. Sandy will make his decision later. Larsson's overhead kick, in goes Chris Sutton. And that was good backtracking from Mark Kerr, who went with the Sutton run.
I think Chris Sutton's looking for a handball here. Good play from Larsson. Chris Sutton is always onto the second ball. And just there, I think he's trying to claim for a penalty kick, but I don't think there's any way John Underhill would have given that. Good defending from Kerr.
Larsson. And that was good anticipation from David McCracken. And Gallagher clears. Petrov chasing. Alan Archibald got there before him. Good challenge from Pearson, very quickly in against Kerr. Good movement up front from Samuel, pressuring Varga. And taking chances there, expecting Marshall to get off his line.
I think he's lucky here, Stan Varga. Takes far too long. He should deal with this. He should just get it away. Under a lot of pressure, I tell you, that could easily have been deemed as obstruction inside almost the 6-yard box.
I don't really know what Stan Varga was playing at there. Presumably he should just have got rid of that. It was a long way to escort the ball back to Marshall.
Yeah, but I think he was looking for his goalkeeper to come and deal with it.
But surely, Sandy, when he doesn't, you just lump it.
You're right, get it away. Don't take any chances, especially inside your own box.
Baldi just thought for a moment about the pile driver. Agat's cross. Persinis with the header. Pearson didn't get a good touch. Archibald intercepted. Well, Dundee United have given it away there, but they've started pretty well, posing a serious challenge to Martin O'Neill and his team at the moment. I imagine Ian McCall will be pretty satisfied with the start.
Very difficult to tell. He's been writing furiously in that notebook of his, Rob. It's obviously going to be his autobiography, and I look forward to reading it in the days ahead. But he's been taking many notes, and you never tell with Ian when Messi's Joyce leaping about the park, and otherwise that might go perhaps. But otherwise, he keeps his emotions to himself. I think he doesn't look all that happy. He probably is deep down, but I think United done all right. But he doesn't be saying too much to the players that he is happy.
Was that a yes or a no?
So maybe.
In the 20th minute, goalless at Celtic Park. Didier Agat. Larsson keeps possession under pressure from McCracken. Into the feet of Sutton. Agat fouled by Robson.
It's another silly one from Barry Robson this time. It was in this before, but really you shouldn't give away set pieces in that type of area. You know you're going to get put under pressure.
It might have been better gambling on Didier Agat's final ball not being too hot rather than giving the chance here for Thompson. It's Alan Thompson's free kick. Henrik Larsson's header. Paul Gallagher couldn't get hold of the ball. He was under pressure from Stan Varga, and Gallagher fuming about the challenge from the Celtic central defender. The touch from Sutton. Larsson rolls it for Stephen Pearson. Straight at Gallagher. Great chance for Pearson to score.
That's a good save from Gallagher, but Stephen Pearson should stick this one away. Great play from Larsson. Holds the ball as long as possible. Allowed Pearson to get into a good area. It's a good height for the keeper. You expect that to be a goal. This is Larsson again with the header, and the goalkeeper is looking for a free kick here. We'll have a look at it. I don't think there's too much in it. Is there maybe a hand stuck up there by Varga?
Yeah, Varga had his hand up there. Not much doubt that Paul Gallagher was never going to get a hold of that because of the challenge from Varga, and the keeper wasn't happy. Agat. Petrov. It's good play from Kerr. Robson trod on the ball. Baldi's cross is poor. That takes the heat off. Well, it's a quiet, sunny Sunday afternoon for the Sunday papers, but it's not calmed down in that technical area, Chick, is it?
It's all right for you up there. I'm down the front line where it's hot, you know. Down here in the cold face, and I have to say that Ian McCall and Martin O'Neill have been a wee bit ding-dong between one another about a decision. I'm not quite sure what triggered it, but it turned into a bit of jovial banter in the end, but it was a bit heated at the start.
Neil Lennon still in Petrov. Stephen Pearson had that great chance a couple of minutes ago, and while it was a decent save from Gallagher, Pearson should have made it much more difficult for the United keeper.
Should have scored drops as simple as that from that distance.
That's the phrase I was looking for.
Don't sit on the fence.
Charlie Miller with a chance to break for United, 3 against 3. On one side Samuel, on the other Scotland, but Celtic players now flooding back behind the ball. Miller again. Jason Scotland to Mark Wilson. We can only call him the talented teenager for another month. Craig Easton's turn, and a blistering shot, but it was great at David Marshall.
Yeah, straight at the goalkeeper, but it's good play from United. Good in the build-up again. Kerr, Miller, Wilson involved, and eventually Craig Easton having the shot.
Another player in the shop window, of course, Easton, after so long at Tannadice, and looking for a new club in the summer. And that's a case of join the club. Thompson crossfield to Didier Gap. Henrik Larsson. Celtic unable to breach the Tangerine line as often as they can. Wilson gets away from the Balde lunge, but Neil Lennon was covering in behind. What a season he's had.
Does that so well, Neil Lennon. He gets back, helps out his back four time after time. I tell you what United are doing well, Rob, in that central midfield area. They're trying to overload in there. You've got Charlie Miller, Craig Easton and Mark Kerr all tucked in against two Celtic players, and Miller and Kerr especially are getting on the ball, and you've seen it there from Charlie Miller. That was a great forward pass to Scotland.
And a great Charlie Miller pass for Scotland might be a phrase we're hearing before too much longer. He's been in top form.
He's certainly good enough. He's now showing the right attitude as well.
Miller's cross came off Petrov. Agat prevents it, going behind. Quinnes. Scotland the target man. Again, it's good defensive play from Didier Gap. Stan Varga spotted the sprinting Pearson, but gave it too much.
He's unlucky, Pearson. That's a great run forward. There's too much on the ball for Varga.
Well, they watched that all the way. Flipped on by Petrov for Sutton. Larsson's after it, but Paul Gallagher will get this. Paul Gallagher was a standout for Scotland against Denmark recently. One wonders if Bertie Vogts will stick with him as first choice. It would certainly be difficult to drop him on the basis of that performance. Thompson's pass carrying too much pace for McNamara.
Celtic haven't passed the ball well at all today. McNamara won't be too happy with that. Chris Sutton, Alan Thompson especially, when they've been on the ball, they've given it away a few occasions without being under real pressure. It's so unlike them.
I think the pained expression on Martin O'Neill's face there told the story. Celtic not really out of second gear yet. Credit to Dundee United, to looking at a team with a fair bit of confidence. They've got a lot of good results behind them now, and they hope gone are the days when they lose 5 goals to Celtic. It's happened twice already this season. In August and November, they were hit for 5 by the champions in waiting. Colin Samuel losing his footing but keeping the ball, and would you believe it, it's another corner.
Well, United have earned it. Good passing again. You're talking about them there, Rob. They've got a system they're more than comfortable with. Flat back 4, a midfield that's a diamond in the middle of the park, which is very well balanced, and 2 quick strikers.
Five Tangerine shirts in the box, 2 just outside. Barry Robson's delivery, and that's a waste.
He's trying to find Dennis again at the back post there. It's just a waste, that one, you're right. Too much on it.
Disappointment for Robson, disappointment for Ian McCall as well, but Barry Robson has come on to some very strong performances. After a shaky start, Robson was sent off in his first Dundee United match, and at times was being criticised and labelled a first division player, but now he's come on since those jibes, and he's been a big part of Dundee United's recent form. Here he is, but offside. A
but he's unlucky. I'm not too sure if Rob's offside when this is played. It's good passing from the United striker, Scotland wide on the right hand side, sorry.
Rangers are 1 down at Dunfermline. Dunfermline, the cup finalists, 1, Rangers 0. Gary Dempsey scored the goal, and a fair bit of controversy surrounding it. A quickly taken free kick. Michael Moles certainly didn't approve. He was booked for his protest. Rangers captain today, Moles, booked. Dempsey a scorer. Larsson's effort tugged wide.
This is a good effort from Henrik Larsson. He does everything right. He stays onside. It's a good ball forward. You can see he's onside looking across the line, and you've got to go across the goalkeeper, try and find the far post. And Gallagher was worried for a minute. Pleased to see it go wide.
Sloppy defending that from United, playing him on.
Yep, a good run from Larsson, but I think it was Mark Wilson in the right back position that got it wrong. Didn't hold the line.
So Hearts are ahead at Motherwell, 1-0. Dennis Wyners and Dunfermline 1-0 up against Rangers at East End Park. Gary Dempsey scoring the goal. Rangers not happy about the way the free kick was taken, leading to the Dempsey goal. Thompson to Pearson, challenged by Kerr. Thompson on the right foot, and calmly back by Barry Robson. Apparently Alan McGregor was just organising the Rangers wall at the time Gary Dempsey scored for Dunfermline. What did you think, Sandy?
I thought it was okay, if he was 100% right.
I thought you might say that. 0-0, half an hour gone at Celtic Park.
It's a very slow tempo to this game today. You can understand why. It must be so warm out there. You're absolutely boiling up here. I can't believe you're sitting with your top off.
That's just the hot air coming from you. Pearson in, Innes away, and the news from East End Park gets worse for Rangers because Michael Moles, the captain, has been sent off, a second yellow. He's off. Rangers down to 10 men. A goal down as well, as Sutton tries to work it through the Moles, and it's his last match for Rangers, and that was not at all the way he wanted to bid farewell. So it's turned into a nightmare end to the season for Michael Moles. Red carded at East End Park, and having to hand over the captain's armband, and Rangers 1 down. It'll be some double for Dunfermline if, having won here, they go on to beat the other half of the Old Firm as well. Jimmy Calderwood having suffered for so long against the top two. Petrov to Ali. Thompson. Headed away by Archibald. Might just have let it go there because it was heading straight through to Gallagher. Jason Scotland, Charlie Miller. Chris Innes, signed by Ian McCall from Kilmarnock earlier in the season. Mark Kerr followed as manager from Falkirk. And Archibald was Partick Thistle's longest serving player before joining up at Tannadice. Bulgaria's Footballer of the Year, Cillian Petrov, nominated as well for the Scottish PFA Awards. Long from Lennon, out comes Gallagher. Well, it's good to see Scott Patterson. 2 Pattersons on the bench for Dundee United this afternoon, but Scott Patterson has been out for so long with a serious knee injury, and there were whispers, as Owen Coyle tries to hide him, there were whispers that Scott Patterson, his career might be over, but it's good to see him making an appearance back on the bench.
Yeah, 9 months has been out of it. Ironically, the injury he was telling me was here at Celtic Park, so there were worries. Nice lad, Scott, and he just wants his season to start here, which is not a good day to start your season in the last game, is it, really?
He'll be hoping he can play a big part for United next season. Colin Samuel on the byline.
Corner kick off Stan Varga.
Good play from Samuel. He was looking for the corner, just delayed the cross enough to let Varga get there to block it to win the corner.
Those Celtic subs warming up at the corner flag got a bit of a fright as Varga careered into them there. Mark Wilson with the corner, waiting for it. Rosinus. It's a corner on the other side.
Again, it was Innes at the back post. Jackie McNamara picking him up. I'm a little bit surprised in that. Jackie's not the tallest of players. Innes is one of the bigger ones in the United team. I think the assistant got that one wrong. Jackie touched it first, then it was Innes, then it went out. Should have been a goal kick.
Robson whips it in, and a little juggle from David Marshall, but he held it that time. Couldn't find the clearance he was looking for. Henrik Larsson was heading one way and the ball went the other.
Just got the kick all wrong that time.
Kerr gives it away to Neil Lennon. Dundee United working hard at making life difficult for Celtic. 10 minutes away from the half-time whistle. And that's a free kick against David McCracken.
Yeah, no question about that one. Henrik Larsson just holding his ground. McCracken all over him.
Jackie McNamara's only goal this season came against Dundee United. And he went for the double, and it's another good save from Paul Gallagher.
He's got to make the save, Gallagher. It's a quick free kick. Thompson slipped it to McNamara, driving forward, and that's on target, and that's going in. Bottom left-hand corner. Gallagher again a full hand to turn it around the post.
Set-piece chance for Celtic to get ahead. Thompson's delivery, no takers apart from Paul Gallagher.
Easy one that time for Gallagher.
He's had a good first half, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's played well, he's had to play well. He's in top form. Apart from his saves, Rob, he also plays the kind of sweeper role where he's so quick off his line, Gallagher.
Yeah, he's answered all the questions, Gallagher, that Ian McCall had for him and about him when he took charge at United. First thing McCall did was to put Alan Coleman goal and to drop Gallagher. But he's come back with a vengeance, and he's a better keeper now.
Yeah, he's much more mature as well. I played against his dad, Jim Gallagher, over many years at Clydebank, and I know his dad coached him for a long time, and the coach is working well for him. He doesn't see that one till late. It's through a ruck of players. He kept his eye on the ball and made a great save. I've got to say, he's probably no better than his father ever was. Jim won't mind me saying that.
Baldy's challenge, stopping Charlie Miller. Miller to Kerr. Tidy performances from United.
Yeah, I think, as I said earlier, Rob, the tempo's certainly suiting them, but they have passed the ball well. Robson going forward.
Robson lifts it in, and the diving header goes from Colin Samuel, and it was deflected behind. It's a corner.
I tell you, Rob, this is great defending from Jackie McNamara. Robson does really well, plays the ball in there into a great area. Samuel very brave going for it, but McNamara sweeping round the back as he should do. It's another corner kick. But United have played well, they've passed it really well.
United's 10th corner of the first half. In from Wilson. Lennon there. Back header from Easton. Good recovery though from Craig Easton after having set up Thompson. Made a good challenge against Larsson.
It was a great chance from Easton, and he's got to get there, otherwise Larsson would have been all the way through.
Poor pass that from Didier Gatz. Easily dealt with by Alan Archibald. Charlie Miller, clever pass, good vision. Picks out Jason Scotland. Barry Robson surviving the challenge from Lennon. Poor pass from Kerr.
Yeah, it's a silly pass from Mark Kerr. Just play it to his feet. Doesn't have to play it in behind. But I'm sure Martin O'Neill won't be too happy with the fact that United in that midfield area, Charlie Miller in particular, get lots of time in the ball, not closed down quick enough, allowed to lift his head and find a forward pass. I've said it before, if you give him that time, he'll certainly make good passes.
Motherwell have equalised against Hearts. Scott McDonald, Stephen Pearson using his pace, and the deflection could have taken that anywhere. It's gone behind for a corner, but it could as easily have gone in.
Yeah, it's off Chris Innes. It's good play from Celtic on the counter-attack. Pearson's shown his pace, going beyond Mark Wilson, trying to play across the face of goal for Henrik Larsson, and Innes doing really well to throw his leg into it to take it away from goal.
Stan Varga and Bobo Baldi both making their presence felt, or hoping to, but not in the end of that delivery. Craig Easton was first there. In from a gut. Good header from Chris Innes against Chris Sutton. Sutton's touch not good enough there. He's breathing down Charlie Miller's neck now.
I don't think that'll make Charlie too popular with the Celtic fans. But he really had nowhere to go, had to play it out.
Done with feeling. Sutton's cross, McCracken's header. Lennon. Again, right place, right time. Jackie McNamara. Henrik Larsson. Good 1-2. Chance to create something for McNamara. Well, there was a hesitation in the 6-yard box, and just for a moment there, you thought Stephen Pearson was going to prod this home.
Just the slightest of touches would have put this one into the back of the net. It's great play from McNamara, playing a little 1-2 with Henrik Larsson, and this is a great ball across the face of goal. Gallagher's not too sure, do I come, do I not come? And Pearson just can't get there. Good play though. I think Celtic need that injection of pace into their game. Jackie McNamara certainly leading by example, coming from the back.
Well, he's done well in the first half as Paul Gallagher, but that was almost a fatal hesitation because he came for that and then stopped, and Stephen Pearson was not far away from making contact.
Yes, you know, as a goalkeeper, when you make your mind up, you're going to come, you've got to come all the way. Alan Thompson not too happy there.
Three and a half minutes left of the first half. Agat wins that aerial tussle with Barry Robson. Miller to Scotland. Well, they blocked the cross. Lennon going to calmly playing his way out of that tight situation.
But United working hard in that corner, not allowing Celtic out.
Well, a great challenge from Lennon. A little bit of urgency shown by him. Through Thompson to Pearson. Larsson. Good challenge by Archibald on Sutton. Mark Wilson. Breaking out of defence. Charlie Miller alongside him. Wilson wants it back. And very nearly got it back, but good defending, good judgment from Jackie McNamara.
There's a chance for United. Charlie Miller a bit disappointed with his final pass. Offside.
Offside against the Great One.
This will be interesting. I think he's actually onside when the ball's played. In fact, I'm sure he is. It's Dave McCracken playing him on.
Ten-man Rangers have equalised at East End Park, and Fernando Henriks has scored his first goal of the season, cancelling out the earlier free kick effort. Controversial one it was too, from Gary Dempsey. And and Michael Knowles, in case you've just joined us, sent off in that match for a couple of yellows. And just recapping as well that Scott MacDonald, a scorer for Motherwell, cancelling out Dennis Wyness's opening goal for Hearts. 1-1 between Motherwell and Hearts, 1-1 between Dunfermline and Rangers, 0-0 here. And at the moment, no time to be added, so not much more than a minute of the first half left. Barry Robson controlling the ball on his head, looking for obstruction against Stan Varga, but no joy for him.
No, I think John Underhill got this one right. Robson, it was a good first touch, good control of the ball. The Varga just stands his ground. He does well to get face to face against the Celtic defender, but knocked it too far in front. Varga just makes sure he gets there first. Spot on referee.
Inside the final few seconds then of the first half, and Celtic unable to get the sort of superiority they're looking for, certainly in terms of scoreline. The reverse pass from Larsson. Pearson's cross blocked by Wilson. Two of Scotland's top young players there. The young player of the year, Pearson, and Mark Wilson is certainly one for the future. A lacklustre Celtic, unable to hit the front, although Paul Gallagher of Dundee United would have to take some credit too for a couple of sparkling saves, particularly the one which denied Henrik Larsson a Celtic Park farewell goal, and Didier Gat doing a tremendous job on the goal line to stop Colin Samuel getting Dundee United in front. United will be well happy with the way they've played in the first period, not just